Good morning, forms 8 to 11. Last session of the week, we're on a Friday. We're going to do our last athletic session of the term for a little while. And so I thought we'd have some fun and do some hurdling. Now, if you don't obviously have a hurdle, that's quite easy to remedy. You can use 2 plant pots or 2 buckets, 2 chairs outside, and then you can put a broom handle, a stick, bamboo cane, some string, anything like that across them. Try not to have it connected to anything, because otherwise when you hit it you're going to fall off. So make sure it's not between the chairs but just resting on top of them. And then you can set the height to what you want. I'm going to break down the technique, and we'll go through each video looking at that different technique, and I'm going to get you to just practice that each time. And then we're going to go on to what it would look like in a full motion, and then I'm going to set up a little circuit for what I'd like you to do. But first off, let's go into a warm-up. So, into our warm-up. So, all I want, very simply, same as before, I want us to jog on the spot for a minute, start getting those muscles flowing. So with hurdles, it is a sprint, and it also has some explosive movement. So once we've jogged on the spot, we're going to start getting some explosive movements in there. The stuff we need to look at warming up today: quads, hamstrings, our glutes, calves, because we're going to stretch them out, we're going to really use them, and then our lower back, because when we actually hurdle properly, our lower back will start coming forward, and so we should be going more aerodynamic than hurdling upright like some of you may do now. So once you've jogged on the spot, let's hit some jumping jacks. Just a light warm-up to get us going. Once we've hit some jumping jacks, some high knees. High heels. So now, the 5 reasons why we warm up: my body temperature's rising, my heart rate and breathing rate's getting quicker, back to jogging on the spot, mentally focused for the activity, and I should start feeling ready to work out. So, now I've got that blood flowing, what I want to see you do now, I want 10 squats, 10 lunges, and then once you've done that, I want to see some leg swings on going forwards, leg swings sideways. Then go to where your hurdle is, and what I want you to just practice is just imagine stepping over it with both feet both ways. So you're just stepping over it, and work out for you which foot feels more natural in your warm-up. Does it feel more natural to lead with your right? Does it feel more natural to lead with your left? Once you've done that, you should be warm enough. Make sure your lower back's stretched out as well, and then we're ready to go. Okay, so coaching point 1. So we're going to look at the technique of jumping over a hurdle. Some of you will not have done this before, and so might be a bit nervous. But the actual jumping of a hurdle is all about, once you've got the technique, it's about the spacing in between. So the first thing we need to do when we jump over our hurdle is our front leg. So in your warm-up, you should have decided whether it was your left or right. For me, it's my left. I lead with my left leg. As I approach the hurdle, I want to get it up and straight. Okay, so as I come over the hurdle, my legs should be straight, looking to fall forward. So I'll be hitting straight leg and stepping over. So I don't want to be doing it over the middle of the hurdle. I'm working on the edge. Basically all I'm doing, get my leg straight, practice straight, and falling forward like so. So I'll show you that again. Up, leg straight, and fall down. Have a go at that. Make sure it'll feel really unnatural getting that leg up and straight when you're jumping. So first things first, have a go at that over the side of the hurdle and get used to doing that. Second coaching point is our trailing leg. So now we've got our front leg pointing over the hurdle. Our back leg then needs to come up to our hip flexors. Now I'm really unflexible, but in theory, your leg should be here. And if you can imagine, my leg is in this position, but horizontal is where it should look like. So as I go over the hurdle, again I'm using the side of it. My front foot has come over, my second leg, hips up, my foot should be up here, but I'm not very flexible, so it should come up and drive over. So if I bring it up and drive over, if you see I'm not flexible, if I leave my foot here, it's going to clip. So we want to try and get it as perpendicular to the ground as possible. So all I want us to practice is that motion. It's very similar to a closing the gate motion when we're doing our warm-up. So it's up, over to the side, but preferably trying to get your foot as high as possible. So same principle as the first one, just using the side, practice driving it up and over. That's the second coaching point. Okay, third coaching point, and that is our arms and upper body. So I spoke about it a little bit earlier. When we jump properly, so what most of you do to start with is you'll go over with your front foot and back leg and you'll stay really upright. When in theory, we want to get our lower body low and drive with our arms as we heard. So as I jump forward, I want to stretch forward with my arm towards my foot and get my body to go lower. So as I'm approaching the hurdle, I will jump with my left foot, stretch forward with my right hand and try and get forward and cut through the air. So third coaching point, which is again, just working on the side of the hurdle, driving forward, foot, reach forward with my arm and upper body tilting forward. That's the technique. Now we're going to look at how we can attack the hurdle. Okay, so as we look on to the last sort of coaching point, before we're going to start having a go at going over the hurdle now. So you've got those coaching points, have them a go. When we look at hurdling, it is all about trying to use the same amount of steps in between each hurdle to use the same foot each time. So on a 110 metre track, the hurdle's about 12 metres apart. You want to hit sort of 4 strides in between, something like that. And so all I've done is take a measurement about 10 metres back, and all I'm going to do is work and see how many strides I need to get in before I hit that hurdle. So we're going to try and incorporate all the coaching points and then look at how many strides I take to get in that right length. Now, it might take a little bit of moving around, just do it over one hurdle and try and get the right stride pattern in. Okay, so now we've had a look at that stride pattern, what I'd like you to do is try and set up a little circuit. If you can set up, if you've got a couple more things you can use for hurdles and separate them down the garden, have a go at having that practice of going over one or the other. If you've only got one hurdle, keep practicing, go for it, jump over it once, loop back round and go again, remembering trying to stay low and have that front foot over. So I'm just going to demonstrate again, set up a circuit and have a go.